These 25 car features are quietly destroying your car's reliability faster than you realize. Automakers market them as innovations, but ask any mechanic and you'll hear the truth. We went through service records, recall reports, and thousands of owner complaints. The same pattern kept showing up. Flashy features that failed too early, cost you thousands, and leave you stranded when you least expect it. From confusing shift knobs that trip drivers up in emergencies to turbos that die before hitting. 60,000 miles. Some of these features are such a disaster that manufacturers are already scrapping them from 2025 models. If you hate surprise breakdowns, buckle up. Because we're about to count down the dumbest features killing your car. Feature number 25, Start-Stop Systems. This so-called smart technology slowly kills your engine every time you hit a red light. The pitch sounds great. Turn the engine off when you stop. Restart when you move. Save fuel. Save the planet. In reality, not even close. Every cycle drains your battery, hammers your starter, and drops oil pressure exactly when your engine needs it most. Sitting in traffic, freezing mornings, long commutes, these systems crank the starter 5 to 6 times more than normal. Some engines rack up over 100,000 restarts, way past what they were ever designed to handle. The result? Premature starter. Failure, dead batteries, and sometimes a car that simply refuses to restart. Ford recalled more than 270,000 Bronco Sports for start-stop issues. Honda pilots have left owners stranded in the middle of traffic, and the payoff may be $80 a year in fuel savings. One failed starter wipes that out instantly. If your car has a disable button, use it. If it doesn't, many owners install memory modules to keep it permanently off. Because let's be clear, this system wasn't built to protect your engine, it was built to protect automakers from emissions fines. And while that one can leave you stuck at a red light, the next feature can brick your car before you even leave the driveway. Feature number 24, over-the-air updates. Sounds futuristic, right? Your car updates itself like a smartphone. No tools, no dealership visit. Just tap yes and drive off smarter. But here's the catch. When an update glitches, your car is going nowhere. One weak Wi-Fi signal, a low battery, or even opening a door mid-update can crash critical systems. We've seen it all: screens freezing, backup cameras vanishing, gear selectors failing. Tesla owners report blacked-out dashboards. Volvo and Polestar drivers wake up to misconceptions about cars do more harm Mazda than warns good. Of $1,500. Not only do they drain your wallet unnecessarily from corrupted, but they can also damage your vehicle. GM's new electric Blazer won't even shift into drive. Surprisingly, if an update stalls. These myths continue to fool countless drivers. Over 200,000 vehicles recalled. Let's uncover because one widespread automotive fallacies that people stubbornly believe. These aren't rare flukes. They're widespread failures triggered by software no driver ever on the sidewall. And when it happens, numbers stamped on your tire side might seem like an expensive dealer visit. Instruction: want to protect yourself? A maximum limit, unnecessary, not the recommended setting. Updates: pumping your tires up to that pressure sounds logical at sketchy Wi-Fi. After all, it's right there. Because one bad download doesn't just crash serious consequences. Can take down your entire car. Overinflation decreases the tire's contact patch with the road. It doesn't even wait for a signal and causing. It can lock you out when you need it most. This effect worsens on wet or electronic door handles, potentially turning a simple brake into a dangerous skid or trap you inside. Moreover, inflated tires pop-out handles might look futuristic, especially along the center tread, but the reality hits hard their lifespan. Hitting potholes or road debris with too much pressure raises on the window of a blowout, like it's the 80s again, risking your safety. What used to be a simple $3 mechanical lever pressure figures has turned into an over-engineered the driver's door waiting to fail. Or consult your vehicle's manual. These next-gen handles rely on tiny motors, specifically fragile sensors, considering the car's weight distribution just to perform the most basic job and performance characteristics. And when so they go wrong, treat the sidewall pressure as gospel. Tesla kicked off the safety ceiling, and now not a suggested target. And Volkswagen have joined in bringing all-wheel drive means better braking and plenty of stranded drivers. Many drivers assume that an AWD system nearly helps stop the car faster on icy because of weak battery. But that's A dangerous misconception.
Even children.
While all-wheel
inside.
drive improves traction
Volkswagen
during acceleration
ID.
by delivering
owners
power
reported
to all
doors
wheels.
swinging open
Doesn't
mid-turn.
enhance braking
Tesla.
performance at all.
Replacements cost up
The
to
ability to stop
$880
efficiently
per
depends
handle
almost
after the
entirely
warranty
on
end.
your tires.
That's
Not
if
your
you can even
drivetrain
find
or
one.
fancy badges.
In winter,
If you're using
ice
standard
builds up,
all-season
motors
tires
jam,
on slippery
batteries
surfaces,
die.
and suddenly your car
AWD offers no
is
stopping
either
advantage
useless over
or
front-wheel
worse.
drive cars. You're stuck inside
In
during
fact,
a crash with no
A
clear
WD
mechanical
vehicles
backup.
are usually heavier,
The fix,
which can increase
skip
the distance
gimmicks.
needed to come
Base
to a
trims
halt.
with real handles
On the
are
other
the
hand,
smart move.
winter tires
And if you
designed for
already
snow
have
and
electronic
ice remain
ones,
softer at
learn
low
where your
temperatures
emergency
and have
release
tread.
is before you
Patterns
actually need
optimized
it
to bite into
Feature number
slippery
22.
surfaces,
Haptic touch
dramatically
controls,
shortening braking
sleep
distances
on the showroom floor. So,
But a nightmare
while a WD
once you start
will
living
help
with
you
them.
get moving,
Smooth
it
glass
won't assist
panels
you when you need
with
to
no
stop.
physical buttons
When
feel like
icy
something
conditions
out of a
strike,
spaceship till you actually try to
prioritize
use them on
proper
the road.
winter tires over
These panels
drivetrain
depend on
features.
paper-thin sensors
Myth 18.
buried under cheap
You must
plastic.
change your oil
and the real
every
world
3,000
eats them
miles.
alive. This is an old
Sunlight's
mechanic's tale.
heat,
UV
widely
exposure,
circulated and
even
plastered
oil
on
from your
quick lube shop
fingertips
windows
slowly break
but
them
it
down.
no longer
Over
holds
time,
true.
they bubble, crack,
Back in the
and
day,
stop
when
responding.
When engines ran on basic
and when they
petroleum-based
fail, it's
oil
not
and crude
just annoying,
filters,
it's dangerous.
frequent changes made sense
One
to
mishap,
maintain performance.
and you're blasting the seat
However,
heaters instead
technology
of the
has
AC.
advanced leaps
Wear
and bounds.
gloves in winter.
Today's
Forget
synthetic
it.
oils and modern
No skin
engine
contact
designs
can often
no
handle
signal
between
These
7,500
glitchy
to
panels
10,000
control
miles
miles
between
between
oil
oil
changes.
Climate,
Car
defrost,
manufacturers
hazard
seldom
lights.
recommend intervals.
Once they go bad,
You're
shorter
stranded
than
with
5,000
no quick
miles.
fix. Unless you're
A Tesla
regularly
screen
towing heavy
replacement
loads,
can run
racing,
$2,500
or stuck in stop-and-go
Cadillac's
traffic.
Q system.
Up to
Changing oil too frequently
$1,800
isn't just a
and
waste
many
of
shops
money.
won't.
It raises the chance
Repair
of
them.
errors
They'll
like
just
using
swap
the wrong
out the
oil
entire
tire
unit
or damaging the filter
It's why
during
smart
replacement.
buyers look for models
Plus,
that
it
ditch
contributes
haptics
to excess
completely.
used oil waste,
like the
which is harmful to the
2025
environment.
VW Golf.
So,
which went back to
unless
real
you're
buttons.
driving a vintage model,
Some drivers even
toss
keep a
aside
stylus
the
in the car
3,000-mile
just to get their
rule and
controls
rely on your
working
vehicle's
again.
manual or
Feature
built-in
number
oil life
21,
monitoring system.
active grill.
Your engine will be
Shutters.
just fine.
On paper,
Your bank
they sound
balance.
clever adjustable
Two
slats
dot
behind
mid
your
17
grill that close
automatic
to improve
transmission
aerodynamics
fluid is
and
sealed for
warm
life
the engine faster.
and never.
But here's
Needs
what
changing.
automakers
Some
don't say.
automakers promote seal
These
for life
tiny plastic
transmissions,
veins can quietly
suggesting
destroy
you'll never
your
need
engine.
to replace the fluid.
Mounted just
This
inches
sounds
behind
perfect,
the bumper,
but it's misleading
the
marketing.
motors and actuators
Typically,
are exposed
lifetime
to salt,
refers only
ice,
to the duration
bugs,
of your warranty.
and road debris.
Roughly
One
100,000
frozen chunk
miles,
or bent
not
slack
forever,
is all it takes.
Transmission
And
fluid
suddenly
degrades
your
over
engine
time
can't
because
breathe.
heat, friction,
Cooling
and
fan
tiny
scream.
clutch debris,
Temperature
contaminate
spike,
it.
and limp
Ignoring
mode kicks in
periodic
while
fluid
you're still on the
changes can
highway.
result in sludge buildup
Drivers report
inside
check
valve
engine
bodies,
lights,
overheating,
overheating, and cooling
and
system
eventually
failures
costly
under
transmission
60,000
failures.
miles. The
If you
repair
intend to keep your
often
car past the warranty
$500
period,
to
minus
$1,550,000
miles,
what should
or
have been
more,
a simple grill,
replacing the automatic transmission
fragile
fluid around
system
every
that can leave you
80,000
stranded.
to 100,000
And that's
miles
if you're
is a
lucky
smart,
enough not to need the
inexpensive
entire
precaution.
front end removed
Spending a
just
few
to reach them.
$100.
Dealers
Now
almost
can
never
save you
inspect
thousands
these
down the
shutters,
road
but smart
on
owners
repairs
do.
or rebuilds.
They shine a flashlight
Myth
through the
16.
grill at every oil
Manual
change,
transmissions
looking for stuck
always
slats
get better
or
gas
cracked
mileage
mounts.
than automatics.
In snowy climates, rinsing the grill area before a startup can keep valid
ice.
decades ago.
From
When
automatic
locking them shut,
gearboxes
and
or
if you're
bulky,
shopping used,
inefficient,
always scan
and
for
limited
code
to just a few
P059F. Nowadays,
Dreaded check
advanced
tied to
automatic
jam
transmissions,
shutters,
including
because
8-speed
this
units,
isn't just a minor fuel
continuously
variable
transmissions,
a
silent
CVTs,
time bomb
and
waiting to
dual
wreck
clutch
your
systems
cooling system.
often outperform
Feature
manuals
number
in fuel
20.
efficiency.
Wet
For
timing
example,
belts.
the
Automakers
2022
sold this
Subaru
as
Crosstrek
genius soap.
with a manual
The timing belt
transmission
and oil
delivers
for
about
quieter
25
operation.
mpg combined,
Less friction, while
and
its
slightly
CVT
better
counterpart
fuel economy
manages 30 mpg.
Ford and Stellantis
It's a significant
pushed it hard.
20% improvement. The
Just by
reality,
letting the computer shift.
these so-called wet
Other
belts
popular
quietly
models,
destroy
like the
engines,
Honda Civic,
often before
and
100,000
Hyundai Elantra
miles.
show similar trends.
Over
with
time, the
automatics
rubber
leading in
fibers
economy.
break down inside the oil.
Modern automatics
creating
feature
sludge
lockup
that clogs
torque
the
converters,
pickup tube.
multiple gears
Once
for
that
efficient cruising
happens,
and
your engine
sophisticated
starves for
programming to
lubrication.
keep engine RPM low.
Some belts shred
Manual
mid-drive,
drivers
leading to
on
catastrophic
the other hand,
failures.
often rev
Piston
too high
smashing
or
valves,
hold gears
unnecessarily,
turbos
which
burning
wastes
out,
fuel, engines seizing
while
up.
manuals remain enjoyable to
Sometimes
drive
before
and less
60,000
costly
miles.
up front.
Ford
Buying
has
has already
solely
recalled
for better
over
mileage is an
140,000
outdated
vehicles.
idea.
But for
Myth
many
15.
owners, it's okay.
The damage
to
is
wash your
already
car.
done repairs.
Using
Can
dish
easily
soap or
top.
laundry detergent,
Many people
$5,000.
reach for the dishwashing
One
liquid,
failed belt
or
doesn't just ruin
laundry
laundry
soap
soap
in
in
their
their
kitchen
wipe out the
because
turbo.
it's cheap.
sudsy, and easy to
catalytic
grab.
converter.
However,
these
single
household
blow
cleaners are not
the only
formulated
defense.
for vehicles and
Replace
can
the belt
cause
early.
long-term harm.
Ideally, between 50,000
Dish soaps are
and
designed to cut
80,000
through
miles.
stubborn grease
Always
and
use
baked-on
full
grime,
synthetic oil,
which
to
means
slow
they
the
aggressively
breakdown.
strip away wax
And if you're
and
car
protective
shopping,
coatings
walk
from
away
your
from
car's
any
paint.
model running wet
Regular
belts.
use leads
Stick
to
to
faded
Chan-driven
finishes.
engines instead.
Dried out clear coats.
Because
and
this wasn't
accelerated.
designed for longevity,
Damage from UV
was
rays.
designed to pass
The
lab
result,
tests.
dull
When it
paint,
fails,
you're the
oxidized
one
surfaces
paying the price.
and brittle rubber seals
Feature number
that
19.
make your vehicle look
Air
older
suspension
and
systems.
worn faster than necessary.
On paper,
they sound like
proper
a dream.
automotive soaps
A
are
soft,
carefully
floating
balanced
ride,
to clean effectively,
adjustable,
without stripping,
height,
protective,
and effortless comfort.
layers
But
preserving
behind
wax
that
and
smooth
shine
luxury
while
is a
rinsing off
fragile
residue
network
cleanly.
of compressors, rubber
So,
bladders,
save the
valves,
dish detergent
and
for the
sensors
kitchen
all,
and
waiting
invest
to
in a
fail.
dedicated car wash
And when
soap.
one part breaks,
your paint job,
the whole
will
system
thank you.
starts collapsing.
Myth 14.
It often begins
Always
with
warm
a
up your
slow
car by
sag
letting it
overnight
idle
just
in
one
cold weather
corner of
when
the
temperatures
car
dropping
drop.
lower. It's tempting
That
to
tiny
start
leak
the engine
forces the
and
compressor
let
to
it run
for several
non-stop,
minutes before
burning
driving
itself out.
just like previous
Some owners
generations
see full
advised.
failure in just
But
6
for
to 8
modern
years,
vehicles,
with
equipped
single
with
air
fuel
springs
injection
costing
and
up to
computerized engine
$2,100 each.
This habit is mostly
Water
a
in the
waste
lines
of fuel
adds
and
even
time.
more problems corroding valves.
Cars built after the 1980s
Freezing in winter
are engineered to be
frying
driven.
sensors.
Almost
The
immediately
repair
after
bills
ignition,
pile up
idling
fast.
for too long.
Actually
Many
prolongs the
frustrated
warm-up
drivers
period,
ditch the setup
leaving your
entirely.
engine in a cold, fuel-rich
Swapping
state
in
that
coil
causes
spring
increased
conversions
wear
for
and
around
generates more pollution.
$1,200.
It can also trap
Others
moisture
stretch
in the
life by
exhaust
draining
system,
moisture
leading
traps
to
or
corrosion
switching
over
to
time.
nitrogen. A
Phillips.
gentle drive warms
But
up
make
the engine,
no mistake,
transmission,
one tiny crack
and even
is
the
how
cabin
a
heater
$5,000
faster and
repair
more
begins.
efficiently.
Unless
Feature
conditions
number
are
18.
severely frigid,
Electric
more
water
than
pumps.
30 to 60
A
seconds of
silent
idling
killer
that
can do
gives
more
no
harm
warning
than good.
On paper,
So,
electric
start the
water
car.
pumps sound
Let
like
the
an
oil
upgrade.
circulate.
They're not belt-driven,
Briefly,
so they
then
can
begin
keep
driving
cooling
the
the
engine
engine
after shutdown.
Myth 13.
And speed up warm-ups.
Premium
at idle.
gasoline always
Automakers
improves
brag about
performance,
efficiency,
premium fuel,
turbo
sounds
protection,
fancy,
and fewer moving parts.
So many motorists assume
But what
it
they don't
provides
say
extra
is this:
power, better
when
mileage,
these pumps
or
fail,
cleaner
they
engine
don't
operation.
slowly leak.
However,
They just stop.
Unless your engine
One
is
moment your
specifically
engine's
designed
designed,
to require
the next,
high-octane
there's no
gasoline
cooling flow at all.
premium won't make
No
a difference.
early warning, just a sudden
Higher octane
overheating
fuel
light
simply
and an
resists
engine
knocking
better
boiling
in
high
before you
compression
can pull
engines.
over.
Research
Failures
by
can strike
independent
as early
testers
as
has
50,000 miles.
that cars
built for
BMWs,
regular
unleaded,
unleaded,
even
don't gain
Toyotas
horsepower,
have seen fuel
pumps
efficiency
die far
or
sooner
lower
than
emissions
expected.
by using
And when
premium.
it happens,
It's
some
not just
high-octane
inconvenience,
blends even
can
burn
cook
more
your
slowly,
entire engine
which
in
can make
minutes.
cold starts a
The
little
failures
rougher
come
on
from the
engines
weakest
not tuned for them.
link-cracked plastic
On
housings.
top of that,
fried circuit boards or a random
typically
short
costs
that
15
kills
to
it
20%
instantly.
more at the pump.
And because
That's
these
hundreds of dollars
pumps fail
wasted
electronically,
You
if
don't
your
get the
vehicle
usual
doesn't
squeak,
need it,
drip, or leak
so
to warn
check
you.
your owner's manual.
Instead,
and if
your
premium
engine
isn't
quietly
required,
cooks itself
without
save
you
money by
realizing.
sticking with regular
The
fix.
Myth 12.
Around
Adding
2,000 fuel
$200
additives regularly
if you catch it
keeps
early.
your engine cleaner though
But
shiny.
wait too long,
Bottles
and you're
promising
staring at
injector,
cleaning,
octane
Lil-10
boosting,
engine
or
replacement,
fuel system treatment.
Smart
Often
drivers
catch
don't
drivers'
wait for
eyes
failure.
at gas
They
stations
swap
and
these
auto
pumps
shops.
proactively around
But here's the
60,000
truth.
miles.
Since the
Once it quits,
mid-1990s,
the damage is
gasoline
already
has
done.
been required by law
Feature
to
number
contain
17.
detergents that keep
Tire
fuel
pressure
systems
sensors
clean with sealed batteries.
Premium brands
Since
go
2007,
even further.
our Renew
Packing
car
in
and
extra cleaning agents.
US has been fitted with
If your
tire
engine
pressure
runs
monitoring
smoothly and
sensors.
isn't misfiring,
The idea is simple.
pouring additives into
Warn
the
you
tank
before
is
a tire
mostly
goes
a
dangerously
needless
flat.
expense. But here's the
Overuse
problem:
can
those
even
sensors
cause problems,
run on
like
tiny
stripping away
sealed
lubricants,
lithium batteries,
fouling sensors,
and when
or
the batteries
damaging
die,
fuel
you
components.
can't just replace them.
Octane boosters
Once
typically
they fail,
increase
the
ratings
warning light
by
stays on
insignificant
permanently
amounts
until the whole sensor
so
gets
they're
replaced.
not the performance
A
enhancers
full
you might
set
hope
can
for.
cost anywhere from
Instead of
$400
relying on
to
chemical vitamins,
$1,100,
focus on using
depending
good
on the
quality
car.
fuel and maintaining
And that
your
doesn't
engine per
include
schedule.
reprogramming. Some dealers
Myth
charge
11.
as much as $800
You must replace
just
all
for
4
that.
tires
Simultaneously.
Winter, cold, and age only make
My
things
idea
worse
that all
by
tires
year
must be
7.
changed at once
False
sounds
alerts
reasonable
and random
because
dropouts
cars
are common.
have 4 wheels.
Plenty of drivers
However,
get so fed up
whether you
they
need
ignore
a full set depends
the
on your
system
vehicle's
entirely,
drivetrain
which
type,
defeats the point.
forefront,
The
fix, or
If
rear-wheel
one
drive
sensor fails, replacing one or two tires at a time is often save on labor. If the remaining tires use non-metallic valve cap sit sound small. In these cases, but it can stop corrosion should be installed on the rear axle to maintain stability and prevent oversteer. Feature number 16. Tires are brake-by-wire systems. However, replacing brakes used to be the most dependable part of your car for all-wheel drive vehicles. Even slight differences in tread depth can cause hydraulic backup for sensors and lead to costly repairs. and electric pumps. Many a WD specialist recommend changing all 4 tires automatically, or shaving when a new tire the to match the feels seamless. Others tread depth, but when it glitches, the vehicle specifications and tread. There's no fallback. Condition guide your decisions rather than rely on fragile electronics and perfectly timed signals. Rule.myth 10. 1 voltage drop driving a dirty car improves fuel economy. You can lose braking power entirely. Compares a grimy car into limp brake mode. Golf ball where Tesla drivers have reported sudden brake loss mid-turn. However, the Mercedes recalled over 200,000 vehicles and for brake-by-wire uneven surfaces that GM aerodynamic Corvette deliveries when the modules failed straight off the assembly line and burn more fuel. The scariest part by Mythbusters revealed that a clean vehicle and usually cost over 26 miles per gallon, while the dirty one drops to 24 mpg. If you're noticeable loss in efficiency, these cars replace the 12-volt battery early, reduces air resistance, the brake fluid and helps the car glide smoothly. And if you're buying used, make sure shop if you want to save on fuel or sensor faults, skip the science experiment and keep your car spotless. With brake-by-wire, myth you won't get a second chance. SUV is designed for off-roading, rugged look of tires. SUVs, they're marketed as freedom, aggressive roadside emergencies, and advertisements showing them conquering rivers and rocky trails can still drive up to 50 miles SUVs 50 miles per hour ready safety. However, what no one tells you is that modern SUVs are built primarily for urban and suburban from the inside. Early SUVs like the Jeep Willys featured body-on-frame construction and harsh, solid axles. They ride rough, true four-wheel drive systems and put extra strain on your suspension. Today's popular models to 40% heavier than normal use tires. Unibody construction, repairs, front-wheel drive, and suspension tuned for comfort be patched rather than clearance. A nail near the sidewall. Some don't even clear 7 inches of scrap. And many come BMW and Mini drivers instead of report blowouts before 10,000 miles. Large body and frame and replacing a full set often lack more than $2,000 like locking differentials. To make matters worse, before you assume your SUV can handle rough terrain, so check you're left waiting while your car sits disabled. Rugged aesthetics feature number 14. Serious off-roading capabilities. Myth, they look sleek, don't they? Rotate your tires twist every time you change your car slips into gear. This idea traces back to when oil changes more dash space, around a modern vibe, 3,000 miles. Most futuristic. At that time, but here's the rotating tires when that button glitches or the dial locks up, but you're not going anywhere. Modern engines can go 7,000 gear lever with physical linkage. Miles. These shift-by-wire systems rely entirely on tire rotation to oil changes. One bad sensor, waiting too long, spilled drink, tire rotation should be based on mileage and wear patterns. Not oil schedules. Owners have reported being trapped in their driveways for hours, steering, acceleration, anywhere from $900 in front-wheel drive cars, $500 wear faster. Assuming the dealer delaying rotation causes uneven tread, wear, reducing tire lifespan. Drivers especially know the frustration of long waits and malfunction warnings. Rotate tires every 5,000 to 8,000 miles. If your car has one of these change intervals, learn where the emergency release is care about before you're stranded, not oil freshness. And if you're car shopping, base trims with a standard lever are only dealerships can perform maintenance without voiding warranty. Number 13. Push this claim 8 to 10-speed transmission, but legally in the United States sold them as the Magnuson-Moss Warranty Act of 1975. Quieter cruising and better fuel warranty economy cannot be voided. Sounds great, right? Because you used an independent mechanic, stuffing local 8, shop, 9, or even performed maintenance into sedans, SUVs, the dealership can only deny warranty claims if the aftermarket these transmissions cram 4 planetary gear sets and up to 6 responsibility into the same footprint as an old 5-speed. To stay protected, simply keep records. That means thinner parts, follow the manufacturer's maintenance schedule, and electronics constantly and avoid cheap, low-quality repairs. When the computer guesses wrong, someone insists your car only the dealership can touch your car, or even slips into neutral sometimes before 30,000 miles. Your warranty Ford is safer than they want you to think. All had major issues. Some drivers report enough to recharge a dead battery. Others face total failure out of nowhere. That's starting your car, and when it happens, a quick the bill will restore a drained $5,000 to $9,000 for a rebuild that way. If you can even get the engine, the battery expends a significant amount of energy to power starter motors and electronics. Miles. The alternator and they never ignore subtle signs delays, but only if you drive long odd noises. Typically 30 minutes or more once it locks at highway speeds. You're done. Short. Feature number 12, especially stop-and parking brakes, barely recharge the battery, parking brakes, add running headlights, air conditioning, no bulky lever system, more console space, and the alternator and struggles to engage automatically when you stop. Gradual depletion, but when they fail, leaves you stranded. The best solution, not just a hassle, is to disable your entire car or use a proper battery charger. Unlike a cable brake, don't expect a quick errand to bring a dying battery tiny motors inside the rear calipers. It's like putting a bandage one winter with water or salt in the wrong spot. Once you switch to synthetic oil, you can never go back. The car some drivers believe switching to synthetic oil can't lock your engine into using only synthetic roll it down forever. It's locked solid. That's simply not true. When these fail, you're not just synthetic and conventional oils are compatible. The fix often starts with a tow truck damage your engine ends with a bill of up to $2,000 for new parts and coating. The only caveat the system depends on soft lasts longer, weak 12-volt battery or glitchy update better can leave you stuck in park. If you return to conventional without brakes at all, just stick to shorter oil change intervals to compensate. Replace the battery by year 4 if your engine leaks or rinse the wheel wells in winter to prevent usually a sign salt buildup pre-existing or better yet, not the oil itself. Headache altogether. Your car doesn't hold grudges. It just needs clean. Feature number 11: oil at proper intervals. Charging. Alternators, high beams. Here's something most drivers don't know or forget. Some modern cars don't fully charge the battery. Means better vision. You drive on. It's not a glitch. In rainy or foggy conditions, high beams smart alternators use computer signals to control when and how much charging water droplets in the air and scatters back at you. In creating a dazzling voltage drop during cruising. Leaving your battery sitting at 70 to 80% reduces contrast and depth perception, making it hard to trigger sulfations, which quietly ruins the battery cells. Use low beams, especially in fog lights. Instead of lasting 6 years, some batteries die then 14's reflection and helps you see BMW, Subaru, and others all use this setup. Isn't always better. Smarter lighting your car also has start-stop. Myth 3. You'll need pricier GM or EFB batteries. Intakes costing $220 power to aftermarket cold air intakes. Yet even those upgrades that claim to instantly increase horsepower by drawing in cooler. Top off the battery monthly with a home charger, while the theory software tweaks that most modern engines come with well-engineered intake systems, and you'll buy a battery every 6 years filtration instead of every noise reduction. Feature number 10: aspirated sealed engines. LED. A cold air intake lights usually provides the $3,000 headlights no one tells you about. Only enhancing LED headlights are sold as progress. In some cases, if installed improperly, sleeker. It might even suck in warmer air from the engine bay. You can't swap a $15 bulb. Worse. Most are sealed units with no serviceable risk of water ingestion. One bad which solder, can cause a little damage, trapped moisture, real performance improvements, and the usually require ECU tuning. Signs include flickering, upgrades, fogging, or cold air intakes alone mostly add noise. That often means removing the bumper and paying $900 to $3,000 engine braking damages your engine. Many drivers of Toyota using engine braking, release, and BMW the gas and downshift failures under 50,000 miles, believing it harms the motor. In snowy climates, on the cars left outside, engines are usually right after warranties expire, RPMs, and the vacuum created during engine braking to base trims with halogens actually reduces owner forums before buying. This technique helps preserve your brake pads and rotors, reducing heat buildup on long descents and basic visibility into an expensive luxury feature. The only time engine braking can cause harm is when you downshift abruptly, oversized wheels matching engine speeds, low profile leading tires, to jolts or mechanical shock. They look great in the showroom, but on real roads and stay within recommended RPM ranges. Thin sidewalls your engine will appreciate the brake, series tires, and your brakes leave almost no cushion. Myth 1. Every pothole, modern engines, or sharp bumps require braking period into your rims, advances in machining and materials. Some Tesla, brake in BMW, and Mercedes drivers, while manufacturing tolerances have improved. Blown sidewalls, new engines still have microscopic surface imperfections. Replacements aren't cheap critical parts. $200 to $450 per tire. 1,000 miles to properly seat against cylinder walls. Skipping this gradual doesn't stop their bigger wheels, risks poor compression, hurting ride comfort, oil consumption, burning more fuel, engine life, and even reducing manufacturers such as Hyundai, Toyota, and Honda still provide many owners guidelines for a reason. After one bad winter, vary your engine switching speed, to smaller wheels, avoid full throttle launches, and postpone more rubber, towing during the first 500 to 1,000 miles. Feature number 8: warming up your body before exercise. Here's a weakness hiding under the hood. Definitely smart. Modern cars are critical engine components made entirely from plastic. You can avoid coolant reservoirs and thermostat housing running safely and efficiently. Even timing chain guides all real-world automotive insights to save weight and don't help automakers meet emission standards. We do the research so you don't. Plastic and heat don't mix. Failures come suddenly, often between 60,000 and 90,000 miles. BMW expansion tanks have been known to explode at stoplights, spraying coolant everywhere. Ford's plastic intake manifolds cracked so often they triggered lawsuits. GM's 3800 V6 once melted from the inside, causing complete engine hydrolock. These aren't slow leaks, they're sudden breakdowns. And because many of these parts are buried deep in the engine, the labor often doubles the repair bill. The smart move: swap those plastic parts for aluminum replacements before they fail. It's not cheap, but it's a lot better than watching your coolant tank explode on the freeway and waiting for a tow. Feature number 7, keyless entry systems. At first, it feels like magic. Walk up, touch the door, slide in, hit start. No keys, no fuss, just seamless convenience. But that convenience quietly chips away at your car's reliability. These systems constantly scan for your fob, even when parked. If the key is nearby, say, sitting on a table inside your house, the car never fully sleeps. That slow, invisible drain can kill a healthy battery in just 7 to 10 days. Honda, Subaru, and BMW have all issued service bulletins about it. Then there's theft. Relay attacks let thieves boost your fob signal and drive away in under 20 seconds. Insurance claims have skyrocketed. And when the system itself fails, it's a single handle sensor runs $400, $700. A replacement control module, up to $1,200. Smart owners use Faraday pouches at night and keep a battery maintainer on hand if the car sits for long periods. Because when smart convenience turns into constant drain and easy theft, it's not so smart anymore. Feature number 6, soy-based wire insulation. Wiring used to be simple and tough. But over the last 2 decades, automakers quietly switched to eco-friendly insulation made from soy and other plant-based materials. Sounds green. In reality, it's a buffet for rodents. Mice, squirrels, and rats chew through these wires like candy. Mechanics see destroyed harnesses every week. One Honda owner had to replace wiring twice over $8,000 in repairs. And the damage isn't always obvious. A tiny nibble can trigger random warning lights, drain the battery, or even kill your power steering mid-turn. To make matters worse, soy-based jackets wick in moisture, corrode faster, and turn brittle from heat. Mercedes tried this trick back. In the 90s, it failed then too. Some owners fight back with rodent tape, mesh covers, or peppermint sprays. Others just park indoors and cross their fingers. But here's the harsh truth. If a mouse totals your wiring, the warranty won't cover it. Feature number 5, low tension piston rings. Automakers shaved a fraction of a % off fuel consumption by using piston rings with lower tension paired with thinner oils. On paper, less friction means better efficiency. In real-world driving, it's an engine killer. With reduced tension, the rings don't seal properly, especially under vacuum. Each time you lift off the gas, oil sneaks past into the combustion chamber. Over time, heat and soot gum the rings in place. That thin oil starts disappearing, sometimes a quart every 1,000 miles. Many drivers don't notice until the dipstick runs dry or the catalytic converter burns out. Toyota, Subaru, and GM have all quietly replaced pistons under warranty, and several class action lawsuits have already followed. But once the rings carbon weld, it's game over. The fix is brutal. A short block replacement running $4,000 to $7,000. Feature number 4, panoramic glass roofs. They look amazing in the showroom, giant sheets of glass stretching from windshield to trunk, flooding the cabin with sunlight. But once the honeymoon fades, reality hits. First, they trap heat. In summer, cabin temps can soar 30 to 40 higher than in cars with metal roofs. One test recorded 140 inside a parked EV with a panoramic roof versus just 104 in the same. Model without one. That means your AC works overtime, your range drops, and long drives turn into sweltering ordeals. Then there's the weight. Glass is heavier than steel, and it sits up high, raising the car's center of gravity. Dulling, handling, and fighting against your suspension on rough roads. And the long-term problems. Cracks, leaks, even total roof failures. Replacements run $1,500 to $3,000. Adhesives age, seals shrink, and insurance won't always cover it. If you're buying for the long haul, skip the glass sky view and stick with steel. Feature number 3. Tire mobility kits instead of a spare. Many modern cars now give you a tiny air compressor and a bottle of sealant. That's the tire mobility kit. Automakers say it saves space, drops 30 pounds, and squeezes out a tiny fuel economy bump. Sounds clever until you actually need it. These kits only work on small punctures under 4 millimeters. Blow out a sidewall or crack a rim on a pothole. Stuck. The sealant inside also expires after 4 years, and most drivers don't even know it exists, let alone that it goes bad. Use it, and you risk ruining tire pressure sensors and even damaging wheel finishes. Some kits have even been recalled for fire risk. The fix? Carry a real spare, or at least a plug kit. Because when the mobility kit fails on, it usually does. Tow truck time. Feature number 2. Capless fuel fillers. They look sleek and feel convenient. Open the fuel door, slide in the nozzle, and skip the messy twist-off cap. No cap to lose, no smelly hands. But behind that design are delicate seals that have to close perfectly after every fill-up. A single grain of dirt or dust is enough to stop them sealing tight. The result? A warning light, a vapor leak code, and an expensive shop visit. Replacement filler necks cost $100, $220, and with labor. The total climbs over $600. Failures during cold snaps or after minor accidents can even trap fuel or cause leaks outright. Smart owners carry the little plastic funnel that comes with the car, clean the flap area every few months, and some even add an aftermarket dust cap. Because one lazy seal shouldn't ruin your weekend. Feature number 1. Always-on electronics. Here's the silent killer, even when your car is off. It's not really off. Features like remote start apps, live tracking, and keyless sensors keep waking up in the background. A couple decades ago, a parked car pulled maybe 10 milliamps at rest enough to keep the clock alive for months. Today's SUVs sip 70150 milliamps while parked. That can drain a perfectly healthy battery in 10 to 14 days. Leave your car at the airport for a week and it may not start, not because the battery's bad, but because the car never slept. Tesla's Sentry mode can burn through 8 to 10% of the battery every day. Ford has service bulletins about remote apps draining cars overnight. Even Toyota had to recall RAV4S after an emergency modem refused to shut down. The smart move. Disable features you don't use. Keep a battery maintainer at home. And always double-check what's still running when you walk away.